I've gotten deeper and deeper into self-improvement and specifically mental health. I've begun to realize a huge lie in like the self-improvement kind of niche that is told by everyone who doesn't really care about self-improvement and who just wants to make money. This lie is like such a big one and it causes so many people to have stunted progress. Their progress just kind of stops going up and up. They start losing the reason that they did self-improvement. They start quitting self-improvement because they don't think that they can make any more progress. The mental state goes down and everything in their life goes from going up to going right back down to where they started. And I really don't want this to happen to you. So as you're watching a lot of self-improvement channels, if somebody ever tells you to do this, leave the video immediately. Get out of that person's channel and everything like that because it's going to ruin you if you listen to them. The lie being that junk food, video games, porn, all that is a problem. They're not the problem. And I know a lot of you thinking right now, what? But these are bad for you, right? So why are they not the problem? Of course they're bad for you. Of course we want them to stop, but they're not the big overarching problem. They're simply symptoms of the problem. The problem that everybody who has these struggles is poor mental health. These are all symptoms of poor mental health. And what you need to do is not focus so much on no fat, on not eating junk food, on not playing video games. Because, you know, even if you start to focus on those things specifically, yes, you'll make a little bit of progress, but eventually you'll stop making progress. Just like a guy who has the flu and instead of taking antiviral pills to get it out of him, he only takes cough syrup so that his throat feels better. Sure, he's treating the symptoms, but he still has the virus inside of him. And, maybe the cough syrup helps a little bit, but there's only a certain amount that the cough syrup can do. It's the same thing with this. Yes, they will help a little bit, but eventually it'll just stop working. And you'll still be stuck with poor mental health that you haven't dealt with. Things like junk food, video game, all that, they're just used to cope and escape the negative reality and thoughts that your poor mental health causes. Your poor mental health causes you to think that everything around you is bad and that, everybody around you hates you, you're not good enough, everything like that. But when you're in the video game world, you can be better than everybody else. You can be good enough. So you go there to cope with the fact that you don't like the way reality is. Happens is when you start improving your mental health, the negative thoughts start to go away. And when they start to go away, you'll find that you have less of a desire to eat junk food, to play video games, to watch porn, because your mind is getting better and it doesn't need those escapes from reality. It enjoys the reality that it's in and doesn't require extra sources of dopamine to make it happen. So, how do we actually improve the mental health? Well, first of all, I have a great video that I made at the start of this channel that you guys should go watch. I'll put up a card here if I can remember to do that, but I'll hopefully put it in the end screen too. And then also, I have one that I just recently made a couple weeks ago where I kind of go over, kind of change everything that I said, make it better because it's been about 7, 8 months now, and my thoughts have changed. So I've made an updated version that you should go watch as well because those two are really great videos. I spent a long time making them because I really thought that going over the everything, going through an overview was really, really important. So I'll put that as a card too, if I can remember. And hopefully that will be in the end screen as well. But I'll give a quick review here so that if you don't really want to, you can start now instead of. So, one of the things that I really like to do, start off my day and to really improve my mental health with meditation. Now, meditation isn't some wishy-washy thing that you see in the movies where they sit there floating in the sky with their candles and everything. But what it really means is just kind of sitting in silence. It forces your brain to kind of accept everything else around you, accept what's happening around you. And then you start focusing on one thing like breathing. And what it does is that, first of all, it builds your focus up because, when you're trying to focus on just your breathing, your brain's going to get bored and it's going to try and do other things, but you have to bring it back. So it's going to improve your focus. Then you're also going to get patience and emotional awareness because your brain is going to start to realize that your brain is going to get annoyed and angry at the fact that you're meditating because you're not doing anything, you're just kind of sitting there. And so it's going to be annoyed, but you're going to have to teach your brain to deal with the situation that you're in, to embrace the fact that it's annoying and kind of become almost like a third party where you're kind of analyzing everything that your brain tells you critically before acting out on anything that it does. Now, for meditation, it can be super simple and super quick. Just find a place to sit, place your hands somewhere comfortable, get comfortable, take deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Just focusing on your breathing, and you'll start to realize that it's actually good. Now, another one that I really like to do is gratitude journal. Gratitude journaling helps me see the positive in the world. It helps me to see that there are things that happen in my day to day life every day that are not bad, that are good and are really nice. And what it does, it makes me realize that when I'm writing, so it makes me happy when I'm writing. What it also does is the journaling helps my subconscious kind of start to realize the things that are good in the world when I'm in them. You know, my subconscious helps me realize that, you know, my friend didn't have to drive me here and then pick up my other friends so we could all go to the pool together. He didn't have to do that, but he did because he likes me, that he likes hanging out with me and that he's willing to sacrifice some of his gas, some of his time to drive me to go pick up my friend and then to drive me to the pool. And, there's some things that sometimes we just take for granted that gratitude journaling kind of brings back into our thoughts. Like, that was really nice of them, wasn't it? Another one that a lot of people struggle with in this world for some reason is sleeping one. Poor sleep can wreck your brain, hurt your cognitive function, and good sleep will make you feel great. Like, it's crazy how much that poor sleep makes you feel bad. Like, when you have poor sleep, especially for me, because I'm very used to getting 8 hours, 9 hours of sleep, I'll put up my video on sleep as a card here, and you guys can watch it if you want to. It's a really good video that I made about how to get proper sleep. But when I get poor sleep, like if I go out for a sleepover or anything like that, the next day I feel so physically weak. And I also feel so mentally weak because I feel like I don't have the discipline that I usually do. And that when I don't want to do things, I end up skipping them more often when I don't sleep well. And when I'm in this state of mental weakness, it sucks. And that's me with like 5 hours of sleep. Imagine if you got that every single day of your life. You got 5 hours of sleep every day. You were constantly in this weak mental state. How do you think you would feel? Do you think you'd feel good? No, we feel awful, right? So staying in that good mental state by getting good sleep, very important. Go watch that video on sleep. It's very, very good. And the last thing is exercise. Exercise will make you feel more confident, comfortable inside your own body because you'll look very good, you'll look very healthy, and people will start to respect that because people respect the fact that you've had the discipline to make yourself look good. And that will make you feel more confident if people start to respect you more. And it will also make you feel more confident because you'll like the way you look. I found that when I start struggling with my diet, my mental health starts to go down too, because I don't like the way that I'm looking and I'm changing. Then also martial arts, it helps you feel safe and secure all the time. Lessens the anxiety because you're ready to handle a situation if it gets dangerous and violent. So I also recommend doing martial arts. But if you focus on these things, focus on just improving your mental health instead of getting rid of junk food, let's say, you slowly realize that you don't even really need the junk food anymore because your body doesn't want that escape. Your brain doesn't want that escape from reality. Your brain doesn't need it because it likes the reality that it's in. So you start not wanting the junk food anymore. Won't be easy, but you'll only succeed. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Hope this video helped. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.